Hey guys, it's Steph, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to do this very easy, very quick, bouncy, curly hair that you will not want to stop touching because it's just so soft and so much fun. Anyways, I'm not going to talk too much and we're just going to get straight into the tutorial. Okay, so first things first, I primed and prepped my hair using a heat spray all over just to protect my hair from any heat damage. And then I also went in with a body spray because I like my hair to be extra voluminous. That one's optional, but definitely use heat protectant because we don't want to fry the ends of our hair. Something that is going to be very important for this tutorial is that we are going to be working in horizontal sections, not vertical ones. So you might see people when they curl their hair, they're going to start on one side of their head and they're going to grab a section from back here and then start curling that. But we're not going to be doing that for today's tutorial because this is a big bouncy look. We're actually going to be taking horizontal sections. So what that means is that our sections are going to be going across the back of our head, and that's going to help our layers of curls lay on top of each other, which is going to add more volume. Okay, so the first section that I like to do is right above my ears. So I just go down, and once I'm in front of them, I follow my fingers all the way to the back of my head, and then when my fingers touch, I'm just going to scoop up all of that hair, leaving the hair at the bottom alone. I'm going to twist it like this, and then I'm just going to pin it on top of my head. This is the clip I'm using, but any clip that you have works. And then once it's up there, we're just going to leave it alone. We don't need that right now. My curling iron is from Chi. It's from their Barbie collection. It's a couple of years old, but I absolutely love this curling iron. And mine is 1.25 inches, so we are gonna get a bigger, more voluminous curl. But this tutorial will work with any size curling iron. Just keep in mind that the smaller your curling iron is, then the less bouncy your curls are gonna be, and they're gonna be more like true tight curls. Starting with this bottom section of hair, I'm just gonna start in the back, and I'm pulling sections that are honestly quite small. I probably only have about a 1/2 inch in my hand right now. And then when I grab my curling iron, I want to make sure my clamp is facing in front of me. This is gonna help us get a curl that goes away from our face, which is going to give us a more modern look than a curl that goes backwards into our face. So I'm starting to curl away. As you can see, I put that clamp in front of me and then I'm just twisting back. I started in the middle of my hair. I'm holding it for a few seconds and then I'm opening my clamp slightly to let more hair in from the ends, and I'm curling down, and I'm just gonna repeat that process until I do my entire strand of hair. All right, so you can see now that this is what the one strand of hair curl looks like. And when I'm done with that, I'm just going to throw it in the back and start again on the sections in this piece of hair. I just finished up my first section. You can see that the curls are going to want to stick together. That is totally okay. Don't brush them out right now. Leave them alone, and we're actually going to hit them with a little bit of hairspray. My favorite hairspray to use is the Tresemme Extra Hold. This one works really well, and it's not like a super pricey hairspray. This is what I've seen so many hairstylists on set use that I've worked with, so that's where I learned about this. Definitely get this. And I just sprayed this entire section, guys. It's gonna feel like a little hard at first, but remember, leave it and spray it and forget it. Okay, now moving to this section on the other side of my head, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm going to grab it, and I wanna make sure I'm not getting any of the hair that's on the top of my head, so I'm just gonna switch that, and I'm grabbing a 1/2 inch section, and then for this side, same deal. We wanna make sure that our clamp is facing in front of us. Okay, we're gonna put it in the middle of the hair, and then we're gonna start rolling backwards. And then we're just gonna follow all the way down the hair, and I'm going to do this entire side of my head. I have like a lot less hair on this side of my head, so I guess I only have 2 sections over here right now. My hair has low-key been falling out lately. Don't know why, but I really got to get to the root cause of that one. I have this section in the front. I'm just spraying it and forgetting it. All right, guys, our first horizontal section is done. So now we are going to unclip the hair that's on the top of our head, and we're just gonna let it fall down. Now, the next section that I like to grab is at the temples. I have pretty fine hair. I have a good amount of hair, but it's not super thick. If you have really thick hair or a ton of hair, you might want to grab another section just in between the ear and the temple. But if you have a normal amount of hair or not a whole lot, you can start right at the temples, do the same thing, go all the way to the back of your head, and then I'm just going to twist that hair right on top of my head and clip it into place so it's out of our way. I'm going to repeat this process on this side of my head with the same kind of thing. I'm taking my sections starting from the back, putting the clamp towards the front of my face and rolling backwards. So I'm just going to do the same thing for both sides of my head. Remember, we're always rolling backwards, so the direction switches once you get to the other side of your head. Moving on to the next section. This one I kind of do right up here. So I'm basically just leaving out the crown of my head and I'm grabbing everything in between the temple and the crown. And then I'm just going to pin that right back up. Also, guys, I think I may have forgot to mention, but when you are grabbing your section of hair and you're about to place it on the iron, you want to make sure that the hair is all laid out flat and that you're not twisting or bunching it together. If you need to use a brush to help you out with this, then go ahead. But laying the hair flat against the barrel of your iron is going to make sure that your curls stay really consistent and actually going to make them more full because the heat is going to be evenly distributed against the curl. This style definitely takes a second to get the hang of, especially if you're not used to working with a curling iron. But once you get the hang of it, it's honestly so easy. It looks like you spent so much time on your hair. And not only that, but your hair will be done in 20 minutes. This is so quick to complete, guys, because once you know where you're pulling your sections from and you just go and do the same curling technique on every section, you'll do it so quick. I literally have such an easy time doing my hair, and when I first started, it used to take me like an hour to do it. All right, we have moved on to our last section. So for this section, what I like to do is just take it in my hands and then follow my part back. I don't ever do like too precise of a part, and those are the two sides of my head. This works for a middle part or a side part. It does not matter. And then I just start repeating that process. So I'm starting on the top of my head here, and I'm going to start curling backwards. I would also just love to note, guys, that the entire time I've been filming this tutorial, I have literally been using my screen on my camera as a mirror. So I'm just doing this with the feel of my hands, you know, some good hair curling muscle memory. So if I can do that and I haven't burned myself yet, then you can do it too, guys. I really hope I didn't just jinx myself, but so far, so good. All right, and that was our final curl. I'm going to turn this iron off. Guys, don't forget to turn your irons off. The other day, I may or may not have left mine on for a day and a half, and I have a very beautiful burn mark in my desk, and I'm very lucky that I still have a house. Oops. Anyways, give this one last spray. This is where I sometimes turn my head upside down, or, you know, I do a little whoosh whoosh motion, but for right now, I'm actually just gonna start at the roots, and I'm going to bring my fingers through my hair. You don't need to do this with a brush, just your fingers are fine. And then we are left with some very pretty curls. The ends always just look so healthy with this hairstyle. Love it. All right, guys, and that brings us to the end of this tutorial. Every time I curl my hair like this, I just can't stop touching it because it's just so bouncy. But yeah, if you guys decide to try this out, definitely let me know. And then can you let me know your favorite heat protectant in the comments, because I'm kind of in the market for a new one. I don't know, I'm not loving mine lately, but it's fine. Anyways, I will see you guys in my next video, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye, guys.